to chat with y'all today about an event that I was at recently. It was really bad. Not just financially bad, it was financially a bad decision, but it was also just not good vibes. The organizer talked to me about using AI art in their personal art business. That just left a really bad taste in my mouth, vending as an artist at an art event. So let's talk about financials first off. So it cost $90 for a table there, and it cost about $12 for me and my fiance to get there via public transit, not including the amount of time it took to get there. And in total sales, I made around $112. But that's including taxes and fees that the payment platforms take out of that final number. So taking out all of the fees and taxes and things like that, the final number ends up being closer to around $75. And then thinking about expenses to get there, so $90 and that $12, we're down about $32. So negative 32 was the ultimate number from that event. Not great. Most of the other vendors there were lovely to talk and chat with. I had a lot of time to talk and chat with them just because it was so slow. Initially, going into the event, the vendor organizer seemed lovely, sent out a map beforehand, which I always love, as well as they came around and chatted with a lot of the vendors beforehand, which I also really enjoy when organizers or volunteers do that, just coming through and checking in on the vendors, the artists, making sure that they have everything that they need, that they're all settled. And we were chatting, and they mentioned that a manufacturing business got into a convention. It was going to be the first convention that they were doing, and they were talking to me about how they were planning their setup, because they were a little bit nervous about doing that as their first convention, talking about how I had displayed my items and taking some inspiration from that. Great, lovely conversation. And then they mentioned that as part of getting into this convention, they wanted to produce some more designs, and because they are not an artist, they had to use, I quote, their little AI assistant. And that just left a really bad taste in my mouth, because you're coming up to me as one of the main event organizers of artist and maker events. You're coming up to me as an artist telling me that you are actively using AI art, which has a negative impact on artists in your personal business. That is an art business. And so you might be thinking, well, it's a manufacturing business, it's not an art business. So I actually went over and took a look at their Instagram after the fact, while thinking about making this video. And their Instagram is much more focused on selling the products that they make, rather than a focus on manufacturing items and products that they make. If we were to look at a manufacturer like Sticker Ninja, they manufacture stickers, versus this event organizer's manufacturing business. First off, they both do show different designs in their social media feeds. Sticker Ninja shows customer designs, most often with customer attribution, and then they also have posts that are focused on the type of products that they make, sales, new types of products, things like that. This event organizer's manufacturing social media page mostly highlighted designs that they had made. It looked like more often than not with AI. Occasionally showcased other artists' work that they were manufacturing with attribution, but more often than not, they were showcasing their own designs, if we want to call it that, designs that they had created using AI, and they were advertising that they were selling these designs on the products that they were making. And so not only were they advertising via TikTok Shop, they were advertising on for in-person markets that they would be going to selling these products, including some markets that they were the event organizer for. They also mentioned that they actually have some of their designs, some of these AI designs, in a brick and mortar store as well. So not only are they taking up space online from other artists that sell very similar products to the ones that they're making, they're also taking space from artists at markets, and they're taking space, we know, from artists at conventions. They were an exhibitor in a convention recently. And they're also taking up space from artists who may be looking to partner with brick and mortar stores in a consignment fashion. Initially at the market, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, they're using AI art. That if I hear someone at a artist market come up to me and talk about use of AI art in personal whatever, that's just gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth. You're at an artist market. You should be supporting real artists. But I was willing to give them a little bit benefit of the doubt, a little bit of grace, just because they're a manufacturing business. They're not selling their designs to sell their designs. They're selling their capabilities and using these designs to show their capabilities. But from looking at their social media and just their online presence, I am not convinced that they're a manufacturing shop. They seem to be more focused on selling their designs, not selling their manufacturing abilities. Because again, if you go back and look at something like Sticker Ninja, they have a couple things that they're producing. It's not like stickers to sell, their main manufacturing thing. I know that they have sticker books available on their website to purchase, but producing products that you are advertising your manufacturing ability for and also selling those same products, I don't know. The excuse of using AI to show your manufacturing abilities because maybe you don't have enough customers built up yet or anything like that, I could maybe see. You can't go and turn around and sell those same products. That's just not okay. You can't claim that you support artists while you're simultaneously doing that, while you're using AI art to take space away from artists. That's just not okay. Thank you for coming and sitting down with this little mini rant and ramble. And I'll catch you in the next one.